Okay, let's dive in. Today we're going hyper-specific, drilling down into just one really crucial piece of network hardware. It's the Aurora Multimedia IPA-QSFP-40GMM-1. And our mission here isn't just to, read a spec sheet. It's to figure out what engineering choices justify a, get this, $796 price tag.
Exactly. And that part number, the IPA-QSFP-40GMM-1, it tells a story. For you, the key things to grab onto are 40 Gbps, which is just blazing fast and multi-mode module. That signals a very specific, very high-density job it's built for.
So let's start right there with the speed. Why this module? Why is it necessary to connect, say, two servers 50 feet apart? What are the technical standards here?
Well, it's built on the 40 Gbps SR4 standard, and that SR4 part is the real giveaway.
SR4, short range, I'm guessing.
Short range, exactly. And the 4A is critical. This module doesn't just push one single 40 gigabit stream. Instead, it bundles 4 individual 10 gigabit lanes all together. The trade-off for all that speed, though, is distance. It's really only engineered to run up to 100 meters.
100 meters. Okay, so that's ideal for connections across the hall in a data center, or maybe between different racks. It's all about density and speed, not sheer range. So to handle that 4-lane bundling, what kind of physical connection are we looking at? And why the 850 nanometer wavelength?
It's a classic cost versus efficiency choice. That 850 nanometer wavelength is pretty standard for these shorter, cost-effective multi-mode fiber runs. And to physically manage those 4 lanes, the module requires an MPU-MTP connector.
Right.
It's a multi-fiber connector that keeps all those parallel fibers organized so the lanes can operate without interference. And you see it everywhere because it's so compatible. The sources note it's fully compatible with Cisco's QSFP-40G SR4 systems, which is a huge logistical win.
That Cisco point is interesting. It sort of hints at a global supply chain strategy, which maybe we can circle back to. But sticking with the engineering for a moment, we know it's fast. But the faster you go, the more reliability matters, right? So how does this almost $800 module guarantee performance under stress?
This is where you really start to see where that money goes. Look at the materials. They use gold contact material. And that is not just for show. It's for durability, but more importantly, for signal integrity.
Ah, okay.
At 40 gigabits, that signal is incredibly sensitive to any tiny change in resistance from heat or vibration. Gold just minimizes that fluctuation. It's all about guaranteeing uptime.
And speaking of heat, it's rated up to 70 degrees Celsius, which is pretty robust. But what about the physical environment? A data center can be a rough place.
It can be. That's why it has an IP54 international protection rating. For you, what IP54 means is it's protected from enough dust to cause a failure, and it's also protected from water splashing from any direction.
So a coolant leak or just a dusty environment won't take it down?
Exactly. It's essential protection for these high-traffic enterprise networks.
Okay, so beyond that physical durability, there's some intelligence built in here too, right? How does a network manager actually monitor that everything's stable?
That's the critical feature, and it's called Digital Diagnostic Monitoring, or DDM. It lets the network software constantly watch the performance temperature, voltage, optical light levels, all the data you need to ensure that link stays stable enough for 40 Gbps. And for maintenance, it's just a simple plug-in module which minimizes downtime.
So when you put it all together, that price tag starts to make sense. You're not just buying 40 Gbps speed. You're buying guaranteed reliability and durability for a mission-critical link. It's really the cost of uptime.
And if we just connect this back to that bigger picture for a second, the sourcing details are fascinating. The product is advertised as TAA compliant, that's the Trade Agreements Act, and it's explicitly marketed with the phrase, no tariffs. So here's a final thought for you. What does that explicit focus on compliance and tariffs suggest about the huge strategic decisions companies are making? They're not just sourcing for performance. They're making sure their critical hardware also aligns with complex global supply chain security goals. Something to think about next time you wonder what's really powering the cloud.